For the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports. Here's Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome into the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Brendan King, in for the coach Bob Lovell, who is enjoying some vacation time this week, and it is a very special guest with us on the Commissioner's Corner. Be it the Assistant Commissioner of the IHSAA, Janie Ulmer, is with us, taking some time on CC today. Janie, really appreciate the time and what I know is a busy time for you all at the IHSAA, wrapping up last weekend with the wrestling state finals and jumping into a whole lot this coming weekend. We'll touch on that in a minute, but just to recap things down at Evansville, how did everything roll with the wrestling state finals?
You know what? It was an amazing event. It was actually my first time being at wrestling state finals. I was there on Friday, and the energy was still in the place. Lots of excitement from the athletes to the coaches to the community, families. It was a really exciting place to be. On Friday, obviously we were in Evansville, and then on Saturday we had another day of state finals, and then we also had semi-state girls basketball.
Right. Well, I mean, busy month in general for sure. Janie Ulmer, the Assistant Commissioner of the IHSAA, is with us. Janie, I know it took some extra planning just because a little event called the MVA All-Star Game was in Indianapolis, and that's where we usually had the wrestling state finals. But for you, how was Evansville as a host?
They were so welcoming and so just a great event place to be. They were honored to have us. They made every accommodation that they could, and it was a great event.
Well, diving into what's coming up this weekend, Janie, first of all, the IHSAA Girls Basketball State Finals. I know the boys swimming and diving finals are coming up as well. Let's touch on that first, and you could talk about the logistics of the swimming and diving finals.
Absolutely. So, as you know, Indiana is a great swimming and diving state. All across the country, we have some of the best athletes, and so we are pretty excited, again, to be able to host our boys swimming and diving at the IU Natatorium, which is nationally recognized for its facility. So that's very cool. Carrie Rosati is in charge of boys swimming and diving, and she's been working with those teams and those coaches and those athletes to get prepared for Friday and Saturday.
The Assistant Commissioner of the IHSAA, Janie Ulmer, with us on the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Brendan King, and for Coach Bob Lovell. Janie, I'm sure this weekend, too, especially means a lot to you after you played at LaPorte High School. I think you were also an assistant coach there based off what I read. First of all, just the girls' basketball state finals. As a former player, as a former coach, now as an administrator in the IHSAA, what does this all boil down to, and what does it mean to you?
You know, it means so much to me, especially because right now there seems to be an energy all across the state on female sports, and especially girls basketball. Today, just this morning, we met with our top 8 teams that will be competing on Saturday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And, it was pretty exciting to be in the place that the All-Stars just competed in on Sunday. And then we have this world-class basketball facility for our girls' state finals this coming Saturday. So we're walking through the gym thinking, okay, there's some pretty great athletes that have played here, and we get to host our event. So that's been exciting. I do want to thank Indiana Fever, Indiana Pacers, Pacer Sports Entertainment, and our Indiana Basketball Coaches Association, because we're doing something a little different this year. On Friday, on the day of practice, in the middle of the day, they are hosting and sponsoring a luncheon for us at Gainbridge Fieldhouse to highlight these 8 teams, their coaches, and just to celebrate girls' sports in general. So that's a new thing we're adding this year, and the girls seemed really excited about it.
That's awesome, and I know how special it is to play in a facility like that. But, Janie, I'm from Illinois, and, that's something that we did not have in playing in these world-class facilities over there. So I'm sure whenever the athletes come up to you, whether it's media day today or a little bit later on this week, I could imagine you see the glow in their eyes every single year based on they get to play in these amazing places.
They really do. And the teams brought 1 or 2 players today to be a part of a little video that we're putting together, and to see their eyes as they walk on that floor. And Gainbridge does a great job of welcoming us because they have our graphics up on all their screens as those girls walked through today. So I think it felt a little more real to them. But yet it's just an amazing opportunity to play there.
Janie Ulmer, the Assistant Commissioner of the IHSAA, with us on the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Brendan King, and for the coach Bob Lovell. Janie, appreciate the time today. Have a terrific weekend. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
All right, welcome everyone to John R. Nelson Gymnasium here tonight. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me is Kenny Barnhart. Our students running the sideline cameras with Caden Lewis and Silas on photography. And, of course, as always, the Hall of Famer Ryan are here for the Triton Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSAA Champions Network as Triton comes in off of a tough game we saw last night, a loss against Bremen, and Culver coming in after a big win against Granger Christian.
Yeah, that Bremen game there, the Triton did get up there a little bit, got a little bit of scoring slump, and then Bremen was come back there then, and then right there at the end, the final score, just Triton had to do some fouling just to try to get back into it, and just didn't get that win that they was right there close.
For them, the big thing it came down to, they started off extremely well in that game. As far as you want to look at some good quarters, they put a good first half together, putting up 28 points. But then that second half, Bremen went off there 21 points in that fourth quarter.
Yes,
right. Matt was matched with them for the third quarter, but that fourth quarter, Bremen just found a way to score and pulled away.
And that was also a little bit of what happened there on that with the Plymouth game. Just got up there a little bit, had Plymouth in some foul trouble there. Got a good lead there, then the players got back in and just wasn't able to keep going. And on that Plymouth game there was losing Pitney, so not having him for last night's Bremen game probably definitely didn't help the Trojan.
And then you look as far as Culver coming in. This team here, I'll tell you what, Kenny, the way this team has queued up and played all season long. These guys will battle, but they can put up points in a hurry. And Jack Rogers leads the charge, averaging 22 points a game. Like I said, I throw out records every single time you go to play anybody, especially in conference play. And then these two teams are going to face one another a week from today for the sectionals, as that'll be starting next week.
Yeah, once we found that sectional draw there, and it's like we was right back here for the girls there, and then looking at that draw, basically all we had to do was flip-flop Trinity with Culver for the matchup. So, then seeing Culver there and then this rescheduled game's kind of calling this the sectional preview game for what we'll see next week.
Yeah, when they always say it's tougher to beat a team twice, and these two teams are going to get to find that out here, whoever wins this game going into the sectionals next week. But like I said, Culver coming in 9-11 on that record. This is a team that's beat some teams, they, like I said, the last three games, putting up over 60 points in those last three games, 2 wins and a loss. This is a team that's starting to kind of find their groove and get some momentum here down the stretch. And like I said, Jack Rogers, David Height, and Gwasp, all kind of the three kind of main cogs in that wheel, but yet they got some really nice players that come off the bench, and Kyle Evans has done a great job with this group this year. Of course, Jason Groves on the other side there. In his 19 years, over 300 wins for him, and this Triton, this series dating back to 1968-69 season, Triton leads the all-time series 65-24. But in the last year, it was a 2-point game where Triton won, squeaked out 26-24. So these two teams, some things have changed. Triton's a little bit younger, but we'll see what things we have set for us here. We'll have the national anthem, followed by the starting lineups, and after that, we'll be back right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem. And your Culver Cavaliers. At this time, let's meet the starting lineup for tonight's game. First, for the Triton Trojans. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 4, Landon Patrick. At guard, sophomore, number 10, Julian Swanson. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore, number 20, James Ripple. And at forward, a 6'4" junior, number 33, Tanner Whitmore. And coach for the Bruins is Casey Rose.
All right, and there's the starting lineups out there for both teams. Has a lot on the line here tonight for Triton with the conference.
You said it, not me.
Oh, I said there's a lot on it. It's a lot on the line. You know, right now Culver has a chance to spoil it for Triton. I mean, how bad do you want it? It's a lot on the line tonight. Triton trying to get set. Workman and Rogers the tip. And Culver controls the tip as Guasp will go to Rogers and he'll set the play in motion. Hands it off to Height. Across the way, goes to Guasp. Scanning. Waits and finds Caudill. Hands it off to Height. Now to McEwen, top of the key. Hands it off to Rogers. And the way these guys attack, Rogers, like I said, averaging 22 points a game. But good ball movement here with this Cavalier team here this season. Rogers uses the screen to his left, top of the key. Now he'll try the dribble drive, kicks it down the corner. McEwen will try a three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound there, not going to get collected. And he'll stay here with the Cavaliers as Triton had a hand on it. Tonight, those hustle plays underneath that rebound is going to be, I think, huge against this Culver team.
Yeah, they're getting back and getting those rebounds because that was a little bit lax a little bit last night with those.
Rogers spots up for three, can't drop it in, and Tanner Woodhoyle collects the rebound. Culver going to pressure a little bit more here for him. See how Triton handles it, getting close to that half-court line. Workman now with the basketball. The fight against his zone defense, kicks it out to Swanson. Evans talking from his coach's box to his defense. Down into Woodhoyle underneath. Page with the pump fake. Too strong. Put back is no good. And Triton misses two opportunities at the basket. And back go the Cavaliers.
It might take just a little bit for each team to get kind of going, not have the normal routine with the non-JV game tonight.
Guasp off the mark there. Culver corrals the rebound. Thrown back in. Rogers will reset the offense. Yeah, that's one thing. You used to playing a JV game for us. I was mentally preparing for a JV game. Like, oh, no, there's no JV game tonight. It's a little bit different.
So, like we talked a little bit, that kind of get that ready for that sectional play where you don't have that JV. You maybe have one other game to watch ahead of you, but otherwise you got to be ready to go.
Finds Workman in the middle. He'll try a jumper in the lane and can't drop it in. Both teams empty on their first couple trips down the floor. Rogers hands it off to Guasp. Guasp's a very good three-point shooter for this Culver team.
Good.
Dumps it right to Caudill. He'll go to the lane, and he'll get the and one opportunity. Let's try and call for the foul. It's one of those games I don't like being talking.
No,
like
they called it off.
Well, they called off the shot. They're going to say the foul was on the floor, so no and one opportunity. Caudill goes to inbound.
Workman picked up his first foul.
Goes to Guasp. Now to Rogers. Trying to drive, dropping that shoulder. Patrick comes away with the loose ball. Trying to push the other way. Now to Riffle.
You could tell he wanted to get open, get a three.
That one tipped and Triton turns it over. Rogers attacks all the way through, coast to coast, blocked by Workman. Woodhoyle down the floor. Stops the basketball, waits for Workman to get there. They'll set the offense. It's almost 3 minutes gone. No basket scored yet for either side. Well, not one that counted either way.
Yeah. A lot of
no look pass down to Woodhoyo.
running out of room underneath.
Swanson goes to Patrick. There's been some good defense here by Culver closing out. Riffle will try a contested three. Can't drop it in. Tipped by Woodhoyo, and he'll try to somehow come away with the rebound.
Yep.
And Swanson's going to take off for putting that ball on the floor, going to lean into that step.
Yep, try to get a little stutter step to draw the defender off, but didn't get the ball down quick enough.
And Brady Kindernay now checks in. So only 10 attempts combined here in this first 3.5 minutes. Nobody getting one to drop yet. Glosp steps through and a travel as good defense by Swanson. He kind of brought that ball up kind of into his belly, kind of stopped that dribble, and his feet couldn't get stopped at the same time. Now goes to Swanson, back to Workman. Goes to Patrick. I like this defense Culver's running.
The thing at Triton is they've seen this last few games, so got good practice at breaking it.
Patrick reverses it back to Workman on the right wing. Up on top to Patrick. Now he'll try the dribble drive. Stops, tries to feed underneath. And that one knocked away. Back of the Cavaliers. Rogers attacking. Spin move all the way up with the left hand. He draws the foul.
Might be on Riffle. Double checking. Nope. So Workman's going to pick up his second foul. So
that's a big foul for Triton with Dante now with 2 fouls. That's going to send in Caden Large in a hurry. So Triton's main facilitator and star defensive player, and if you want to call star all-around player, and Dante Workman now with 2 fouls. That's going to be tough for this team in this first half. So Rogers, second free throw off the mark. Both teams, the lid still sealed tight here in this halfway point here of the first quarter. This was a low-scoring affair a season ago. And right now in this first quarter, they try and call for a 10-second violation. Ran out of time.
I don't think that would have been 10 seconds on Saturday.
No. It was a quick 10 seconds. But hey, right now you just got to know you got to get that ball across. You can't dilly-dally on the backside of get the ball across half court and set your offense. Caudill for 3, and he lifts the lid, and Culver strikes first here in the first quarter.
Yeah, nice, good look, good stroke.
Now it goes to Patrick. Patrick attacks the middle, slips and falls to the floor, and Triton turns it over. Triton still trying to find a way to shake the rust off here in this first quarter.
Yeah, Patrick limping just a little bit.
Kind of slipped on, fell awkwardly. Rogers steps back for 3. Can't drop it in. Woodhoyle collects the rebound, hands it off to Swanson. Swanson goes to Riffle in the corner. He'll drive. Lost the ball on the way up to the basket. Gets his own rebound after falls at the backboard. Cotto rips it away, and now Rogers goes back to the other side. Another empty possession for the Trojans, trying to find something to go offensively their way here in this first quarter. Uses that screen to his right side. Now goes to Kindernay, to Cotto up top. Back to Kindernay across the way to Glosp. He'll try a 3. Can't drop it in, and Swanson gets the rebound. Jason Grove's going to call a timeout.
Yeah.
Trying to refocus in this group.
Yeah, it's just like I say, it's one of those things, you just got that focus. Haven't got the really great shot. You know, gotten close in there just to get some looks, but nothing getting wide open. And then, that 10-second call, getting it across the line. So.
Oh, and credit to Culver's defense. This team came out. They're playing real physical up front. They're pressuring the ball like they're supposed to. The off-the-ball pressure. They're moving where they're sliding where they need to be on defense. Triton just has to trust that offense and move that ball back and forth like they're capable of doing. We've seen it all year.
Yeah. I was gonna say they've seen this press, game in, game out. Probably last three or four games is this press, and they've not had that big an issue of getting it past. So. And this is about time. Well, it's probably a little farther in, but, Coach has had to call one of these early timeouts just to get them all refocused. And
Dante Workman giving some final instructions to those guys as they were taking the floor. He says, hey, I may not be on the floor, but I'm going to tell you guys what to be doing. Large now trying to lean, trying to get fought through. Now finds Patrick. He'll try a three for the tie. Drops it in the bucket. And Triton lifts the lid. Needed that timeout to lift the lid, and back of the Cavaliers in a hurry. Rogers attacks on the baseline. Hop step, drives up strong, can't drop it in. Gets his, it's a fight for the rebound, and Whit Hoyle comes away with it. Doesn't have a dribble, he goes to Large. Large up the floor, Riffle. Stops, skips to the corner to Patrick. Lost track of the basketball, throws it back in. It goes off of Culver, they say. Well, they're going to say it went off of, they're saying it went off of Triton, so Culver gets the basketball. So the official coming up the far sideline behind the play saw it go off of Patrick. I mean, we couldn't see a good view from this corner over here. Caden was the closest one. Like I said, hey, these officials, the ball's going to be moving pretty quick tonight.
Say Patrick must have something on his shoes because he slipped over there again.
Who blew their shoe out earlier in the season? Somebody blew their shoe out.
Pitney?
That might have been.
Might have been Pitney. I can't remember.
I think it was at Winnemac.
So
was that JV? I think it was JV somebody did.
Oh, could be.
I think it was JV.
So 5-second call down here on Culver. Turned the ball over.
It was Blaze. That's right. Now I remember. To think about it.
Now getting close to that 10-second again.
Now to Swanson. Now to Patrick. Tops the key. Goes to Riffle. Riffle drives left side. Leaves it. Outside to Patrick. Now finds Swanson in the corner. Swanson, he'll step back for three. Too strong off the mark, no good. And they're going to say foul call. And now Swanson going to go to the line for three. Culver picks up their first team foul.
Sabinian picked up his, first. It's now just regroup, focus.
Swanson good on the first. First
of a few.
Of course, Q chiming in. Couldn't be here tonight, but yet he's doing
tidbits.
I'll get into those here in a minute between quarters. Out of Swanson and gets it again.
Yep.
So perfect on that trip. Jade Overmeyer to check in next dead ball. Reichert as well to check in. Goes to McEwen. Now to Kindernay. To Rogers on the left wing. Uses the screen from Binion. He'll drive into the corner. Now on the baseline. Throws it up on top of the key to McEwen. As Caleb goes to Jonas on that exchange.
Yep.
And Swanson's going to kind of get caught in there. They call for the foul.
Yep, so Swanson's picking up his first, team's third. There's comes some beefy fellas.
Just a little bit. Two guys I don't want to be caught in a phone booth with, I'll tell you that. As Q's, I'll get to it here in just a minute. Out to Rogers, he leaves the center circle, rolls to the left side, kicks it out. Caleb McEwen with the basketball. Leaves it to Rogers on the left wing. Binion comes out to help set a screen. Rogers trying to get freed up, and now he's caught in the corner. Riffle all over him. He'll work out of trouble. McEwen leaves it for height. Out to Caleb McEwen. He'll try a three, and he drops it in. That ties it at 6. Now to Swanson. 40 seconds to go here in the first. Swanson now goes to Riffle. Goes to Reichert. Out to Swanson. They'll work it back and forth. Maybe hold for the final shot here. That's exactly what they're going to do. Overmeyer on the right side. Jason Groves talking to his team. Evans doing the same to his group out there on the floor. Tipped. Riffle now, 8 seconds. Running out of time, finds Large. He'll try the runner in the lane. Can't get the friendly bounce. Put back. It's good! And Triton's going to take a 2-point lead into the second quarter after a last-second shot there by
Heave. Last second, one-handed heave.
One-handed heave. That was up. I mean, he had to go back up and get a hold of that one.
When's the last time we started a game, end of the first quarter, in single digits?
It's been a while.
Not really. The LaVille game. They only put up 7 points in that first quarter.
But then turned around in that second quarter, exploded.
Put up 17.
Yeah.
So Q's analysis, since he's watching remotely, said the hustle plays are going to be key here tonight. Back-to-back games is going to be tough. What energy will you bring? He says Trojans looked a little slow, looked a little gassed. Got to find a way to get a bucket. It's going to be a physical rest of the game. Culver always tests how strong you are mentally, and that's exactly right.
Yes. That just you can't just walk in with you think you're going to have a win because they just get that defensive like we've seen and just kind of just throw you off a little bit. And then also say that back-to-back. Hey, like we said, this game is your sectional preview game. So, next week, which we could throw that up here really quick. Sectional, their draw, that first Tuesday night, Trinity Marquette. Wednesday, Triton's going to play Culver in that first game. And then Argus and Westville, the nightcap for Wednesday night. And then Oregon Davis got the bye again, so they're going to play that winner of that Trinity Marquette game. And then those Wednesday night winners play again on Friday, and then your championship on Saturday. So you start to get that back-to-back game on that sectional week.
Yeah, it's like Hugh said, how bad do you want it? You got to want it. You got to bring that energy because we've seen Culver do that. This is a group that's very good defensively, and they're going to make you work for every possession you will have on either side of the ball. Hands it off to Patrick. He'll start out there with Woodhoyo, Overmeyer, Large, and Riffle.
Yep, that long reach with Culver.
Caleb McEwen's out there with Rogers, Height, Caudill, and Guasp. Riffle with the deep three. Counted for the mailman from beyond the arc, and Triton strikes first here in the second quarter. Rogers posts up in the corner. Now he'll skip it across the way to Guasp. McEwen drives side of the lane, goes to the runner, and drops it in, but they're going to say he traveled on the way to the basket. And that'll turn it over as Swanson will check in on behalf of Overmeyer. And that'll bring in Jonas McEwen, as well as Brady Kindernay for the Cavaliers. Patrick now going to go up. Culver continuing to pressure. Swanson bobbled the pass.
No help.
No help. Got to go somewhere.
Yep.
Jason Grove's going to call a timeout.
Yep, he's seen it.
So trying to use 2 timeouts, a team that hasn't seemed to use their timeouts in the first half really until
maybe towards the end of that second quarter, but you had to use 2 of them already. So
of course, this game usually played before Bi-County, and weather kind of affected a lot of things. And
normally this would have been, that's why there's no JV, because it was a Thursday night JV girls boys, and then that Friday night was supposed to have been the varsity night. And girls got rescheduled.
Yeah, if you could redo it, you probably put the varsity on the Thursday night, so you get that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get just a reschedule. So the JVs had already played. So had to get this in for a conference game.
Got it worked out the last week before sectionals. Running out of time. They got it fit it in. Props to both athletic departments for making that happen. Large on the elbow, feeds it to Woodhoyo. He'll drive to the basket, too strong, and Large again trying to get a put back. Woodhoyo and McEwen tie up. Jump ball's the call, and the possession area belongs to the Cavaliers. Large again following up in the air, trying to put it back up and in. We saw him do it at the end of the first quarter. Tanner just a little too strong, expecting some contact going to the basket, just a little too strong off the window. Kindernay hands it off to Rogers. He'll drive. Stops on the free throw line, hops his way through, goes up, can't drop it in. And Woodhoyo collects the rebound. Now trying back up the floor. Cross the way to Patrick. Trying to work her way from pressure. Swanson, he'll try a 3. Bakes it in. Magic Swanson from beyond the arc.
So Triton, just to get your idea, 2-point shooting, just, I'm going to call it horrendous. 1 of 7, 14%. But behind the arc right now, shooting 3 of 4. So getting more shots, good looks out there.
Kindernay for 3. Can't bank it in to answer right back, and Riffle hits the rebound. That finds Woodhoyle trying finding a way to really break that press, making that adjustment.
Notice Culver's doing it just a little bit different. They're getting more of a trap still on the backside where everybody else waits till they get across the line and uses that half-court line as the third and fourth defender.
Woodhoyle goes in the corner to Patrick. He'll drive the baseline. He'll go with the runner, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. Coaching staff very animated. Jason Groves going right to his leader and Dante Workman and Jacob Pitney. They're talking here on the sideline as Patrick with 2 free throws coming here.
Caudell picked up his first, team's first.
Patrick off the back iron, tad too strong.
Gets that one to drop.
Triton here on a 7-0 run to start this second quarter. Culver trying to answer, and right to McEwen. Yep. He'll draw the foul and goes to the line for 2.
So Patrick picked up his first, team's first.
So Jonas McEwen to the line for 2. This will be their second trip to the free throw line. Off the back iron. That's what Evans said, just slow down just a little bit. Rushed it a little bit too much. Kyle Evans, of course, last season took his team to a sectional championship appearance. And he adjusts right there on the instruction from coach.
Yeah, Culver's trapping just more back here than they have been waiting until they get across.
Right there, and they're getting their hands up, getting a hand on the basketball, really disrupting Triton's offense. Goes outside. Kindernay tries to leave it for McEwen. Miscommunication. These players kind of went in opposite directions of where the ball was supposed to go as Overmeyer checks in on behalf of Riffle. Of course, Triton with his young team. Starting to work some things out. Woodhoyle at the free throw line, works out to Swanson. Now to Patrick. He'll try the jumper inside the free throw line. Off the iron, no good. Rebound. Caudell rips it away, wanting a foul call. No call there by the officials. Rogers on the outside, goes to Kindernay, works it around to Guasp. He'll try a corner 3. Off the iron, short of the mark. Patrick gets caught in the corner. I'm going to say travel. Triton wanted a jump ball call. Kind of all tied up, a lot of traffic over there. Couldn't quite see what was going on, and Cavaliers take a timeout. I mean, if you're a Triton fan, if you're a Triton fan, you're wanting a jump ball call, but we couldn't quite see there in those little crevices where that ball was at for the call. But hey, the officials going to have a conference about that. Which, like I said, Patrick going to the floor, they called the travel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, those guys, they make the final decisions, whether we like, whether what side of the call you are, and whether it's good for you or bad for you, whatever team you're rooting for. They make the call. We don't get to decide.
Oh, they're commenting tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, as we noted earlier, we'll note again, stay tuned to social media and everything as next week's games for sectionals all the way down to the state championship for however these broadcasts go for the state of Indiana will all be on the IHSA Champions Network and not on YouTube.
Yep, so if you see any link to YouTube to watch any of the postseason, it's not a legitimate link.
Or anywhere else.
Or anywhere else. It has to be on the IHSA Champions Network. If you want to watch it, that's where you go. We'll also have a link for all the games in our sectional we will be covering.
You don't have to pay for sectional or regional, but they do charge for semi-state and state.
Rogers can't drop it in, and Patrick gets the rebound, and he's going to push in transition. Out to Large. Now to Woodhoyle on the baseline.
Oh. Yeah.
Travel call called on Patrick.
Yeah, he had a lot great body movement, but that foot did not move.
That's kind of from here looked like it was planted. Rogers from straight away. Can't drop it in through the hands of several players. Woodhoyle collects it. He'll attack the basket. Caudill knocks it away. Out to Swanson. Now to Overmeyer. Overmeyer, pull-up jumper from the baseline. It's good for Jaden. Rogers goes outside to Kindernay. Hands it off to McEwen. Inside the halfway point here in the second quarter. Triton leading here at John R. Nelson Gymnasium. Rogers attacks in the paint, goes up, and they're going to say he traveled as Triton tying up with the ball. Rogers winning that call in the arm, but Triton did a nice job getting that hand on that ball.
Yep. Patrick just got the hand, like I say, on the ball just to hold him up a little bit. Couldn't get it up in the air. And took a few steps.
Triton, like I said, you know, the post play very strong here tonight. Defensively. Skips it across. Wasp almost gets a hold of that one. Swanson goes through. Both coaches trying to orchestrate chaos out there on the floor. Riffle drives. Tries to leave it down underneath, and Wasp is there to intercept it. Rogers lost his dribble. Patrick fighting for the basketball on a foul call here on Triton.
So Patrick's going to pick up his team's second.
Adelson and Wayne Reichert, as well as Binion, will check in for the Cavaliers.
Official and
Rogers with the conference with the official trying to plead his case for that call.
Oh, getting the
squeegee. Libman. What do you call it?
Yeah. Where's the green mop? Hey, all we need's the they scrub in front of the rock.
Oh, the curling team.
Curling, yes.
We need the curling team.
Yeah, he's out there scrubbing. We get the.
Always wanted to do that. I'm like, I was pretty good at sweeping floors. I could do this. But those guys are probably well more. About the time I get on the ice, it'll be over with. Those guys really train for that, let me tell you. It's a rigorous thing to train for that. Rogers tops the key, fakes the handoff. Now hands off to McEwen. Outside to Kindernay. Kindernay steps her in, and Swanson takes it right out of the basket. Swanson, the runner, short of the mark, couldn't catch the rim. Reichert underneath. Trying to find somewhere to go with it, running out of time. Now I get 3 seconds in the lane, couldn't get it up in time. There towards the basket. Had the right idea, just good defense by Culver to take away that look inside.
One thing, these officials calling 10 seconds, calling the 5 seconds, calling the 3 seconds. They're keeping their timing on where people need to be and not be.
That's something in your mind you got to keep tabs on. Outside to McEwen. Goes to Wasp. Wasp now goes to McEwen on the corner. Swanson trying to disrupt it.
Ooh.
Out of Kindernay. He'll attack all the way through and lost on the way up. And they're going to say it went off of Triton. So Culver gets to inbound underneath their own basket. Right in front of Lewis down there, making his TTSN debut. Rogers drives into traffic, lost his dribble. I think we're going to foul call on Triton.
So Large picked up his first, team's third. Yeah, Large was just kind of there trying to kind of get up, and Rogers tried to draw right over the top of him.
Oh, needs squeegee again.
Needs squeegee again.
It's been.
They're not paying attention, but they
Brett's
got one
like, I just sat down.
We got one.
We got one over here.
Got one down here.
Need to pick the popcorn up. Is that Silas's popcorn?
Yep.
You warned
Lewis, don't ever take. It's not you. I know it's not you.
It's not technically their fault because the broom hit it.
Well,
but it shouldn't have been down there to begin with.
it's okay. They're teenagers. They'll learn. It's okay, Lewis. There you go. He got thumbs up. He's good. Outside the Gloss, but he's going to travel before he puts it on the floor and takes off. And these officials aren't giving you any steps or anything even remotely close to that step before you put the ball on the floor. I mean, these guys are watching them, where your placement, where your body's at, where your feet are at. These guys are on point here tonight. Well, look at a dive by Large. Can't drop it into the reverse lay-in. Binion gets the rebound, and Overmire's going to try to rip it away, and a foul call on Triton underneath.
So Overmire picked up his first, team's fourth. So one more, and Culver will be in the bonus.
The bonus. Gloss will try a three. Can't drop it in from the corner. Riffle gets the rebound. Kinderne's going to knock it away. Swanson's there to get the loose ball. Isaac Quintana to check in. Next dead ball for Triton. Now finds Woodhoyo. Out to Swanson. He'll try a straightaway three. Can't drop it in. Rebound to Binion. Rogers attacks now. Puts on the bakes, trying to draw something. Steps through. Athletic play and a foul call. Looks like he'll get to go to the line for the N1 opportunity.
So Swanson's picking up his second.
And Isaac Quintana will check in on behalf of Caden Large. Rogers off the mark. Can't get 3 points the old-fashioned way, and Overmire lets that go out of bounds. Now look at that. First game, and Lewis caught it and handed it to the official.
Amazing.
It took you a year and a half to figure that out, Caden. Lewis, man, you're Rookie of the Year down there. How about a boy? I don't know.
He does play football, doesn't he?
He does play football. He's got good hands. We're good down there. Now to Riffle. Finds Quintana. Lost the basketball. Binion now with the basketball. Final minute here of the second quarter. Triton by 8. Rogers attacks and he traveled on the way to the basket. And Rogers pleading his case. Dante Workman checks in for Quintana. And Patrick in for Overmire.
So Workman needs to watch a little bit here with the 2 fouls. Don't need to pick up that third going into the halftime.
Now to Swanson. Triton's going to have to get going here. Got called for a 10-second earlier. Feeds it to Workman. Workman attacks the paint, kicks it out to Swanson. Swanson takes off, stops in the corner. Patrick now. Back to Swanson. Finds Dante. Workman side of the lane, pull-up jumper on the way. Can't drop it in. That rim ball just kind of seemed to want to hit all sides of the rim tonight.
No, may take the mop up and wipe that around. It's so slippery.
Rogers for 3. Banks it in from beyond the arc. Now it's Triton by 5. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Riffle now has to get it across. Triton is just flirting with that 10-second call. Hands off to Patrick. Goes back to Workman. Workman trying to go through. Outside to Swanson. And they're going to run out of time. And that's going to do it for the first half. Triton leads by 5, 17-12 as they head into the halftime locker room. So Triton started off with a 7-0 run to start that second quarter, got themselves the lead. We'll see how these two teams react coming out here in the second half.
Make sure. I can't tell for sure if it's updated yet or not.
Looks like we're going to get a show from the cheerleaders here.
Yeah.
See if that's correct.
Halftime entertainment.
Yep. So free throws there. Triton got their line 4 of 5, shot 80%. Culver just 1 of 5 at the 20%. Biggest team, both teams, 2 points area. Triton just 2 of 12. Culver just 1 of 7. Just cannot get anything to drop inside that arc. Behind the arc there, Triton 3 of 5 and Culver 3 of 12. That's pretty much Culver scoring there in that 3-point area. And turnovers unofficially 13 and 9. Rogers with 5, McEwen with 3, Cottle with 3, and Jonas McEwen also with 1. And Logan Cottle there with 1 foul, and Binion also with a single foul. For the Trojans, Swanson with 6, Patrick with 4, Riffle with 3, Overmeyer and Large each with 2. Biggest thing there, Trojans, there's Workman, Patrick, and Swanson all with 2 fouls, and then Overmeyer and Large each with a single foul.
All right, so we'll take a break here at halftime. We'll be back for the second half right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
One more round of applause. Our Cavalier cheerleaders.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's 1-car, 2-bedroom apartment with a home office/home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen/art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the 2-car garage/rehearsal space insurance.
Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chances just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to John R. Nelson Gymnasium. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me here tonight are guys on the sideline camera with Caden Lewis and Silas running around taking pictures. Of course, up here with me is Kenny Barnhart and the Hall of Famer O'Reilly. They're here for the Triton Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSA Champions Network. Kenny, you want to talk about a tough night inside the arc for both teams. We're talking, 3 field goals combined between the two teams inside the arc?
Yeah, just
three of 19 combined.
Yeah, just that super defensive battle. And then,
but hey, if you're shooting threes, you're doing fine.
Yeah, you're doing good on there. Not to say anything about the refs, but they're calling the game the way it should be.
They're calling it tight.
Yeah, you're calling it very tight, very consistent. You always got to give them that. So, and maybe that's just a good tune-up. Like we kept saying, this game is your pregame for sectional. So, hey, get used to that because you're going to need to do that in the postseason. You're going to have to be tight.
Yeah, they're going to be calling stuff. You got to be prepped for every situation. You don't get a call that quite goes your way, or you flip on the other side and you do get a call your way and you don't get a call on the other side. It just kind of depends on what you're looking at. I mean, on where you're at. Either side. Who's going to hold their composure here in this second half, and who's going to want it more here going in as we are about 10 seconds away from starting that second half. And Q's analysis. Is it a long time? Well, he said usually a long time in the locker room is not always a pleasant time in the locker room. I would think a quick one would be worse.
Yeah, because they've had those where not anything was really said.
If I'm going to be honest, you go back to, for me, we're showing livestock. The quick conversations outside the ring were not the good ones, but the long talks were usually not too bad.
The short ones were probably extremely to the point.
Oh, they were. And they got their point across because I made my adjustments. So Patrick Swanson, Riffle, Workman, and Woodhoyle out there now. McEwen, Rogers. As Swanson tries the three, can't drop it in. Out there with Caudill, Rogers, and Guasp. McEwen also out there. Kindernay. Kindernay is the one I missed. Out there for the Cavaliers. Kindernay outside. Leaves it for Rogers. Rogers drives. Pull-up jumper inside the line, inside the free throw line. Can't drop it in, and Swanson gets the rebound. He's going to get attacked as soon as he gets that basketball. And Culver's done that all night. Riffle for three from the corner. Can't drop it in. It's Julian Swanson with another rebound. Back-to-back rebounds for him on either side of the floor. Down to Whithoyle underneath. Patiently waits. Goes up off the window. Draws the foul, and one opportunity coming for the collector. Coach Evans talking to his group.
So
you speak of to-the-point talk. Coach Evans, I love his coaching style because he is like right up to you, and he's going to make sure you know what you need to be working on.
So Guas picked up his first team's first for this third quarter.
Whithoyle off the mark. Kindernay with the rebound. Up the floor now to McEwen. Leaves it for Rogers. Now to Kindernay on the outside. Rotates to the top of the key. Leaves it for McEwen on the right wing, and he'll use the screen to his left. Pull-up jumper inside the three-point line. A line drive shot. Can't drop it in. Riffle with the rebound. Swanson up the floor. Past the half-court line. Scanning. Now finds Whithoyle on the high post. Kicks it outside. Trying to work it inside out. Now to Swanson. He'll drive. Stops on the baseline. Reverses it back to Riffle. Now to Whithoyle. Goes to Patrick.
You watch a lot of this. Triton needs good, clean, crisp passes.
Dante Workman slithers his way through but can't get it. Whithoyle fighting for it. Collects the offensive board. Caught underneath trying to get out of the trouble and does get out of the lane in time. Now to Workman. Patrick. Leaves it down to Whithoyle underneath. Leads it to Workman underneath. Bakes open the collector with the assist to Dante Workman. And that right there,
yes.
The team, two teams leading assist leaders there with Whithoyle and Workman. Those two guys finding each other open. That's the chemistry between those two juniors on full display there inside the lane. And Triton's first foul call here of the second half.
I think Swanson was able to, because he kind of retched in there and the ball came loose. So Swanson's going to pick up his third, team's first. And on cue, here comes Large to sub in.
Cade Large had a buzzer beater there in the first quarter. Gave his team the lead. Kindernay goes into Caudill. He'll kick it out. Kindernay works out of the corner. Now to Rogers, and Riffle not giving him any look. Rogers can hit from deep. He's got an outstanding range on his three-point shooting ability. Kindernay lost his dribble. Now has to go somewhere with the basketball. Finds Rogers. Rogers attacks. Hop through. He'll go up strong with it. Bank is closed. Whithoyle with the rebound. Now up to Large. Now it goes to Workman, top of the key, to Patrick. Patrick tries a three. Wanting a foul call after that three-point attempt. Off the mark. Culver with the rebound. Now to McEwen. Transition three on the way. Off the back iron. No good. Kindernay back to Rogers. He'll try a three. In and out on that one. And Patrick gets the rebound, but he's taking a step out of bounds. McEwen now goes out to Kindernay. Hands it off to Rogers. Rolls with the pick to his right. Now to Caudill. In the corner, McEwen. Rogers stops top of the key. Backing down Workman. McEwen drives through with a long step. Goes up to Caudill. Feeds him. Banks open. The assist to Jonas McEwen.
Culver's first points for this second half.
Whithoyle gets it in the traffic, lost it. Large tries to save it. He'll lose the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, Triton's got lucky there at last possession, getting that ball movement inside the paint, but Culver just collapsing, and those long, you just can't pass it like some of that.
You know, and they're not making anything easy in the paint at all for anybody. I mean, if you look at both sides of the floor, neither team giving any leeway for any easy looks inside the paint at all tonight. I said only Triton 4 of 15 and Culver 2 of 11 inside the arc. McEwen rolls right, leads it, and Workman intercepts it. Workman going to kick on the Jets in the full court. He'll attack, goes up, and Height knocks it out of bounds. And he'll stay here with the Trojans. And Guasp to check in. So Adria Guasp back in the game for Culver. Patrick running out of time. Leaves it up for Riffle. He gets freed up last moment. Now to Overmeyer, who just checked in. Goes to Workman. Now to Riffle. He'll try a deep three. In and out. Woodhoyle underneath. Goes back up with a can't drop it in. Overmeyer's put back no good. Tipped around. Rogers gets the long rebound. Rogers attacks in the back. On the full court. Goes up strong. Draws the foul. And he'll go to the line for two. Rogers with a nice move behind the back to get some separation inside the lane.
And Riffle's picking up his first, team second.
And he's good on the first. He tickles the twine there. He'll settle in for one more. Second one's on its way. Hits the front iron, short of the mark. Riffle gets the defensive rebound off the missed free throw. And back of the Trojans. Now goes to Patrick. Finds Workman inside the three-point line. Kicks it out to Riffle. Riffle steps into a three on the way. Triton wanting a call on the contact after the shot. Triton gets the long rebound, and they'll reset. Workman pull-up jumper. Count it. Rogers steps back for three. Drops it in the bucket from straight away. Out to Overmeyer. Back to Patrick. Out of Patrick. They'll settle in. Rogers comes out to pressure. Out to Overmeyer on the left wing. Now to Workman on the side of the lane. Down to Woodhoyle. Goes up. Bank is open for the collector. .243 to go here in the third. Triton with a 7-point lead. Rogers on the right wing. Guasp treats back. Goes to McEwen. Uses the screen from Binion. Stops on the elbow. Goes out to Guasp. With the jab step, he'll drive. Overmeyer knocks it away. Woodhoyle is going to attack in the full court. Up to Riffle. Riffle on the way up. The assist to Tanner Woodhoyle as Riffle glides in for that lay-in and transition.
And Triton hasn't had a lot of those fast break points because Culver's been able to get back.
Trying to get called for a foul here. If that's on Workman giving his reaction, that's three.
Yep, that is his third. So second Trojan with 3 fouls with Swanson the other one.
So Isaac Quintana to check in for Dante. Jason Rose with words of encouragement to his junior guard. Outside Guasp by himself for three. Counted from the corner. Rolled right in. Open look. Very good three-point shooter, and he shows it off there. Patrick on the outside goes to Overmeyer on the right wing. Patrick up top. Back to Overmeyer. Overmeyer stops in the corner, leaves it for Woodhoyle. Outside to Patrick. Runner inside the free throw line and gets the friendly bounce as it goes high off the rim and drops in the bucket. Rogers uses the screen, stops in the corner, now goes to Height. He'll try a three. In and out. Riffle with another rebound. Patrick rips through. He'll still attack on the way down, and they're going to get a foul call here on Culver.
So Height's going to pick up his first, team second.
Triton in this third quarter, the first double digits points put up in a quarter by either one of these teams here tonight. Overmeyer goes to Woodhoyle, the top of the key. Now Hill attacks side of the lane, and Culver rips it away. Rogers in the attacks in the full court. Hill adjusts the left hand, can't drop it in. Gets his own rebound, dumps it to Guasp for three. Count it for Guasp. So Drea Guasp, back-to-back three-pointers for him. Cuts that Triton lead down to 5 with 40 seconds to go here in the third. Patrick on the right wing, stops inside the three-point line, goes out to Riffle. Now to Quintana on the free throw line. He'll go drop it, try to drop down to Woodhoyle, and McEwen comes away as another deflected pass by Culver. Guasp again, he'll try another one. He can't drop it in. Once he gets hot, he doesn't miss, and right there, it's a rare miss. After he gets warm, Rogers tips it right back into Patrick. Leaves it down for Quintana. Quintana patient, and Isaac Quintana gets the basket with the assist going to Landon Patrick.
Yeah, he's just able just to do that little pause.
Rogers calls for a screen. Stops, pull up three on the way, back iron, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Triton leads 31-24.
So this is our last away.
Away game
for the
season.
For regular season.
And we'll be calling
Knox on Friday night.
Yep.
Take care of senior night, and then also the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that'll be on Saturday.
Be recognized there at the Friday halftime, and then have that Friday, Saturday.
Senior night. On top of that.
So have all that going on.
The Triton Athletic Department has their hands full.
Yeah.
On Friday night.
Yep, quite a bit going there.
And of course, like we said, next week for the sectionals, we will stream every game.
Yep.
And those will all be on the IHSA Champions Network and not on YouTube. We will have links posted to be able to get to those games to watch. Should be a fun week.
Yeah, that's nice to be home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind this one.
Yeah, nice to be home. And not saying anything down here at Culver.
Oh, no, they always host as well. It's nice to
sectional, but yeah,
to be 5 minutes away or less than what 30 seconds away from the game, and hey, we won't complain one bit. But like I said, again, give Mike Zahner and his athletic department and the staff down here really do a nice job hosting us down here. I gave them props when we were down here for girls sectionals. They always host extremely well down here at Culver. Always appreciate their hospitality.
Yeah, I think we even get text messages even before we got in the building.
Yep.
It was getting ready to go.
We work hand in hand with them pretty well. So Rogers rolls left, uses the screen to his right. Outside to Guasp. Hit two big three-pointers there in that third quarter. Rogers trying to work against Dante Workman. He'll go up with it and he'll adjust and he can't drop it in. Now to Workman. Workman attacks. Leaves it for Woodhoyle underneath. Out to Patrick. Corner three. Can't drop it in and it goes out of bounds. Guasp got a hand on it at the last moment. Patrick to inbound. Up high to Swanson. Patrick slides through. Now goes to Workman. Workman goes up with it. Can't drop it in. Binion gets the rebound. Rogers back past the half-court line. Goes in the corner. Caudill by himself. He'll try a three. Can't drop it in. And he'll get the long rebound tip from Binion. Deep three for Rogers. Back iron. Riffle gets the rebound. Caudill quickly back on defense. One thing you can say about this Culver team, effort. These guys are moving the whole game, the entire length of the floor. Workman lost it, tips it to Landon Patrick. Now to Swanson.
Fourth quarter, still the energy and having that last night's game.
Workman calls for it underneath, and he drops it in. Triton strikes first here in this fourth quarter. Jonas McEwen to check in next dead ball. Binion outside. Goes to Rogers. Now uses that screen. Back to Caudill on the give and go. Back Kendernay. Guasp for the corner three, and it's good. Adria Guasp hits his third three-pointer, has 9 on the night. And all three of those three-pointers coming here in this second half. And Kindernay knocks it away from Workman. The back of the Cavaliers down by 6. Rogers steps through and gets it to drop in. And Evans calls a full timeout. Now it's a 4-point ball game. It's Rogers starting to rack up some points here. 11 on the night.
Well, you throw that up here. For the current standings for this game, Triton there at 5-0 in that top with Laville behind there at 6-1, and then Knox 3-3 and Winnemac 3-4. So that Knox game here on Friday could be a big deal for the Trojans
as well too. This game ain't over yet here.
And then speaking of the HNAC, with the reorganization of Knox and Laville leaving out, so Ryan kind of put something up here of from the HNAC here, the girls and boys winners for that, like 2016 Triton was the sectional or the conference winners and what their record was for that year. So it's kind of interesting just to kind of see how things have transpired over the past decade or so of
9 years.
Yep, who's won and how they get there, and then of course there's those three-way split there in the 2020 with Laville, North Judson, and Pioneer with their record of 5-2. So different look next year for that HNAC.
And that's going to change just a little bit. Of course, adding in Argus and Oregon Davis as well as North Miami, all coming into the Hoosier North.
And then South Central for football.
And South Central for football. So,
and you did get a peek at the new football sectional.
Yep.
A little bit, or not, just the
possible what it might look like
for the lineup. So a little bit different.
Stay tuned for that. That'll be
here before we know it.
Yep. Outside to Swanson, hands it off to Patrick. Patrick goes to Swanson. Swanson with the basketball. Waits for Patrick to free it up underneath. Riffle curls to the far side. Hoyle patrols the paint. Now Patrick gives it to him right there. Hoyle goes up and drops it in. The Collector's starting to warm up. Got 6 here on the night. 4 Trojan players with 6 points here this evening.
Yeah, a lot of spread on the points, but not everybody having a lot.
Rogers attacks, and he'll save a good effort there by the Culver senior. And Swanson almost has a hold of that one. And that one thrown away.
Still, that effort, trying to save it.
This is a group here. Effort from start to finish. We saw that last year with this team. Workman exits the center circle. Goes up top to Riffle. And now to Patrick. Patrick goes through. Outside to Gage. Riffle pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Can't drop it in. Jack Rogers gets the rebound. Rogers on the right wing. Now goes to Binion in the corner. Rogers stops top of the key. Good feed to Binion. He'll go the corner with McEwen. McEwen steps back for 3. Can't get it to go in. Binion with the putback, and he draws the foul, and he'll go the line for the N1 opportunity.
So Riffle's going to pick up his second, team's first. Binion has not been to the line tonight.
Binion off the mark, can't get 3 points on this possession. They say it went off of Dante Workman. Jacob Pitney leading down here. Like him and I talked last night about, he said, hey, I'm going to lead you. He goes, I'm going to do what I want. Now the countdown started. They put the ball on the floor. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Riffle knocks it away, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay here, but it'll be inbounded from the sideline. And Jacob Pitney, going back to what he said, he's the only team box out. Get down there. If you want the rebound, you got to box out. Now to Binion. Goes to Cotta. He'll go up, and they're going to get a foul call on Triton. And he'll go back to the line for 2.
So Whithoyo has picked up his first team's second.
Condell, this will be his first trip.
Yes.
Is Culver back to the line here on this possession. Off the front iron, no good. Well, both these teams, it's tough playing back-to-back games that been physical. Maybe not as clean as you'd like to see. Triton's got to get going.
Yep.
Workman now.
I can't do that long pass.
Culver closes out extremely quickly. Extremely quick on those long passes. Triton's found out here tonight, by our count, 18 turnovers. Team that usually averages under 10. Patrick lost it. Whithoyo's there to collect it. Bank is closed, and Guasp gets the rebound. Culver on the attack again. Rogers top of the key. Leaves it for Guasp. Now to Binion in the corner to Caudill. He'll set a screen for Guasp. Pull up 2 on the way. Can't drop it in. Riffle gets the rebound. Patrick up the floor. Patrick goes to Workman. Now to Swanson. Now to Workman, the high post. Pull-up jumper inside the lane. And they're going to get a foul call on Culver, I believe. So Dante Workman's going to go to the line.
So Binion picked up his second, team's first. Workman has not been to the line either tonight.
And can't rattle that one home. So he's the third Trojan to make it to the, four Trojans make it to the free throw line tonight. Good on the second. Triton by 5. Inside 3 minutes to go. Rogers with the basketball, spin move underneath. Nice move and drops it in. Now goes to Riffle. Back to Swanson. Swanson thought about it, and he'll work it back around the perimeter. Triton needing a productive outing on this offensive possession. Workman pulls up for 2. Off the iron, no good, and Binion gets the rebound. And back of the Cavaliers, down by 3, 2:20 to go.
Chance to tie it.
Out to David Height. He'll drive, goes with the runner. Back iron, no good. Rebound to Swanson. And a foul call on Culver.
So Height's going to pick up his second, team's second.
We've only seen 2 lead changes, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beginning of the game, and yeah, I think only 2. Q's not here to keep track for me.
Yeah. Yep.
And Jason Groves will use his 3rd timeout. He'll have 2 timeouts remaining inside 2 minutes to go.
Like you said, he needed that, like that last possession, needed it to be a productive one. And this, 2 minutes to go, you definitely got to get something here just to get that lead stay up.
Triton, those last couple games, you look at the Plymouth game. You got to you can't judge that score. It was a 1-possession game going into that final minute, and how that team and kind of how you saw that go. Triton just couldn't quite get back over that hump there in that fourth quarter. Then we saw it last night against Bremen. Triton's having a hard time in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, I got that. What we kind of roughly figured about an 8 to 9 minute scoring slump that to just let Bremen get back into it and pulled ahead. Even this fourth quarter, Triton's only got 5, where Culver's gotten 9 points put up. So, just gotten these little bit of scoring slumps that's just kind of held them back here.
And that's not to say this team can't execute. We've seen them execute. All these guys can hit from anywhere on the floor at any time they want to. They're capable of running a good offense. The way these guys play together, their chemistry, we talked about that all year long, how important that chemistry is and how this team just does it so well together out there on the floor. They just need to remember that. The game's, you may have a lead inside 2 minutes to go, but that doesn't mean anything.
No.
And like I said, you get up and bet that Culver's going to make an adjustment here coming out of it defensively out of this timeout. So we'll see. Culver has 3 timeouts remaining. Triton with 2. Rogers, Kindernay, Caudill, Jonas McEwen, and Guasp, the 5 out there for the Cavaliers. Patrick Swanson, Whithoyo, Riffle, and Dante Workman, the 5 out there for Triton here as we're in the late goings of this fourth quarter. Now it goes to Swanson. To Patrick. Culver pressuring. Out to Patrick, corner 3. Counted from the corner for Landon Patrick. He's got 9 here to lead the team.
Yep.
Rogers goes out to Kindernay. Minute 20. 2-possession game between these two Hoosier North opponents. And like we said, next week we'll face one another in the opening round of sectionals. Rogers now scanning the floor. Works to the right side. Once the screen, lost his dribble. Gets it right back and close to the half-court line. Now to Guas to cut the lead. Can't drop it in. Swanson elevates and brings it down. Up the floor. Patrick will attack. Here comes Guas to contend it. Can't drop it in. Rogers with the rebound. Up the floor to Caudill. Now to Kindernay. Cannot lose track of Jack Rogers. He's hit one from deep earlier. It's 37 seconds to go. He'll try another one, and he'll drop it in right there. Yep. 3-point ball game. You cannot lose track of Jack Rogers beyond the arc.
You know, he has shot and shot and shot. He's just 3 of 9, but, you know, it takes a little bit of time sometimes to get it going, but once you get like that, you got that one in, the next one makes it a lot easier.
So both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, 34.2 to go.
You definitely want to stay tune in Friday night for the season finale because we got something cooking.
We got something. Oh, it's cooking. It's been interesting how the cooking process.
We'll say a new feature to the broadcast.
A new feature to the broadcast. That will debut on Friday night. And not just Lewis being here tonight. Of course, this being his first night, and Caden and Silas doing their thing as they've done all season. Q will be back with us. We'll be back on the terrace Friday night.
Keep a lot of stuff set up.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, exactly. We don't have to run and tear down and this, that, and everything else.
And I think it was on there then. All those games will be a 6:30 start, except for the championship. That'll be the 7. So a little extra time in the evening to get going.
So 34.2 to go. Triton sends their group out. Culver on defense. They pressured all night in the full court, and they continue to do so here. Dante Workman has the whole baseline as the instructions from the official. Gets the ball, and here we go. Workman now to Swanson. To Workman, now to Patrick. Patrick hop step, stops. Now to Workman.
Of course.
He'll retreat back, and they're trying to draw a foul, and here comes Rogers.
Rogers going to get called for his first foul. And that's still their 3rd foul, so still be looking for a couple more Culver fouls here to get Triton to the line.
Workman goes across the way to Swanson. He'll fake it. Trying to drain some clock, goes to Patrick. 15 seconds to go and a foul call here on Culver.
So Kindernay picked up his first, so like I said, that's a 4th, so 1 more for the bonus that Culver's looking for.
And Caleb McEwen to check in for the Cavaliers. He'll check in for Guasp. Patrick finds Whithoyo, gets it right back to Patrick, and he'll hold on to the ball, and here comes the foul call, and Triton out to the line for the bonus.
So Rogers picked up that 2nd foul.
So Patrick trying to extend it to a 2-possession game here. Jason Gross, final instructions to his 2 sophomores there. Patrick good on the first, makes it a 2-possession game. He's got a team high 10. Guasp checks in the game for Kindernay. Second free throw. Triton extends their lead to 5. Culver will use their fourth timeout. They will have one timeout remaining with 11.9 to go here. Would you expect anything else with?
No, it's always, I kind of forgot. I was looking there, last year how, said that close that game was. And it's like, yeah, I forgot. That was a tight, unexpected tight game. So,
John Harrell, you're not going to get your prediction tonight.
No.
No.
Prediction not quite there, but these Q would say these back-to-back games are not easy to play in. And both, like last night, I guess both teams were on the road, right? Yeah, both teams were on the road, I'm going to guess. I can't remember if Culver's on the road or not. It didn't really say. Did it say they were on the road? It just said tournament. Nope, they hosted. So Culver was here. They'll have 3 home games. Well, they'll host Bremen on Friday night.
So get to see Bremen.
But, these two teams back-to-back games, no JV tonight. Didn't quite have that time to really go through your routine. And not having your routine really throws things up. But as you said, hey, sectionals is next week. You don't get a routine during sectionals.
No, so it's, it is different anyhow. So this just gets you get set up for it. Well, the bus is going to be get warmed up here shortly.
There goes the bus warmer.
Yep. Ken heads out. 11.9 to go. Dante Workman taking over the final word to his team on the floor as he leads his group down. They're going to pressure Rogers in the full court. Triton has to be mindful.
Yeah, be smart. Get the pressure. Yep, let the cheerleaders get back because he can run.
It got really quiet in here. I mean, really quiet.
Everybody can hear you.
Now to Rogers. Rogers on the way through. Workman knocks it away, throws it back into play. 8 seconds on the clock. Now to McEwen across the way. Caleb McEwen for 3. Off the mark, no good, and that's going to do it. Triton's going to pick up their 15th win here tonight as they will improve to 15-6 and 6-0 in conference play. Culver falls to 9-12 on the season as these two teams will meet a week from tonight at the Trench for the sectional opening round. So what a game start to finish. It may not have been pretty, but these two teams found a way to battle the whole game, and it never really felt like the game was out of hand. I mean, it felt close the whole way through.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You watching off these games, you get that feeling. Sometimes you can only be up 2 or 3, and you got that feeling, hey, not a problem. And you could be up 10 and go, this game is not put away.
I don't know.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way this game just was still not put away.
Again, want to thank the Culver Athletic Department for their hospitality here tonight.
All righty, so Triton there got the free throw line, 10, got 7 to drop 70%. Culver still, their 10 attempts only got 2. 2-point there, 38% for the Trojans, shooting at 11 of 29, 26% for Culver at 5 of 19. Big thing there behind the arc there. Triton 4 of 12 at 33%, Culver 8 of 27 at 30%, and 18 to 12 on those turnovers. Rogers with 16, Guasp with 9, Cottle with 5, McEwen with 3, and Binion also with 2. For the Trojans, Patrick with 11, Workman with 7, Swanson and Whithoyo each with 6, Rithel with 5, and Overmeyer, Large, and Quintana all with 2.
I think we'll definitely have an interview after next week's Culver game.
Yes.
No matter what.
Yep.
But we're going to hang it up here so we can get back to Bourbon.
Get back to Bourbon. It's been a long day for me. I'm tired.
Yeah, you had a pretty good trek.
I left for Grand Rapids about 10 till 6 this morning, and I didn't get back till about noon, and then I had a little bit of running around to do. So just a long day for me. I'm tired. I'm ready to go take a nap. So with that being said, appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight from John R. Nelson Gymnasium. We're going to hang it up here. With me here tonight we had Lewis, Silas, and Kate on the sideline camera. Of course, I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me here tonight was Kenny Barnhart and the Hall of Famer Ryan Limler. Until next time, remember the Trojan way.